Um, so if you are doing this piece, make sure you have paper, of course, a pencil, black marker or Sharpie, a watercolor set with kind of brush like that and a bigger brush. It's okay if you don't have one of these big brushes, it'll just take you more time. Paper towels to clean your brush, and your water cup. Okay, I will begin. So this is the piece that you guys will be doing today by Henry Matisse, called The Cat with Red Fish. So let me get this out of the way. Put a clean new piece of paper down. Okay, and we'll be using our pencil first. So if you were watching my last Facebook Live session, we drew everything, and then we watercolored, and then we did the marker afterwards. You don't want to start with the marker because then it'll start bleeding with the paint and it'll be messy and dirty and you won't like it. So we're going to start drawing. We're going to do the head of the cat first. So on the top of the page, not all the way at the top, leave some space for the body. We're going to be doing a circle. So go very, very lightly and make a circle or a oval shape for the head. Leave some room for the tail and the body. So we're starting with this circle or oval, whatever it looks like to you viewers. And as I said, I made a post earlier saying that you will be having an art history lesson as well throughout this session. Hopefully stuff you did not know about the artist Henry Matisse. Okay, so once you have the circle, we're going to start erasing parts and adding parts. So we're going to erase a little bit of the top of the circle so that there's a little empty space. So you just we're erasing a little bit on the top. So there's a space between this line and this line. That's the first one. And then you'll be making another space on the right side over here. That's where one of the ears will be crossing. So erase another spot. It's just so you won't see the watercolor paint, the pencil behind the watercolor paint. And then directly across, you're going to erase another part. And this will also be where an ear is. Now I'm going to add one of the ears. I'm going to do this side first. So you're going to make a triangle, but it's going to be curvy. It's not going to be a traditional sharp edge triangle. So you're going to curve upwards like that. Make like a frowny face. So you should have this kind of looks like a bird shape. And then you'll make a dip from that point, and then a hill shape kind of line or curve. And this will be your shape for the ear. Kind of round out the tip a little bit. So if your cat's ear is pointy, you just want to kind of round it off at the top. So that's the first ear. The second ear is going to be pretty much the same, So you're going to start in here, and you're going to make a curve or a hill, a frowny face or smile. Curve it upwards, and then round it at that point and bring it towards. So you should have, these should kind of match up together. This point and this point, it should be the same once you're finished with that ear. It should be the same. This part should match up with that part. This part should match up with that part. Draw very, very light. Don't go too dark like I did. I just don't know how good you guys are seeing my pencil lines, so I made them a little darker. What matters is your piece, but I will try to make an exact copy of the one that you guys saw before the class. Okay, so we're going to start doing the mouth and the cheeks. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to make another curve. So it's pretty much this. Remember how you did the circle beforehand? It's the continuation of the circle. So you're just going to start back up again with the circle. Okay. I get worried sometimes with Facebook camera quality. Okay. So bring it towards the middle, because this is where the little nose is going to go. And then now you're going to draw a smiley face. A little smiley face. That will be the nose. Breaking it down for you. I have a little bit of that note line from the nose passing across, so like that. I don't have it connected to that part. I have it going up a little higher. And then you're pretty much going to do the same exact shape right next to it, but connected. So another smiley face right next to it. So it kind of looks like another upside down bird. And then, after that, you're going to make another curve, like that. Going all the way up to the ear, but stopping and leave a little bit of space. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you can go back to this and redefine this a little bit more if you want, just so you can see it. So this is what it should look like once you're done with the head. We'll do a little facial features next, so we don't forget. Or you know what? Never mind. We'll do the eyes last when we start outlining everything. Alright. So for the first fact for Henry Matisse is that he was once good friends with Pablo Picasso, but sooner or later became rivals. So they were kind of frenemies in a way. So and they still saw each other in the outside world, even though they hated each other a little bit. So they were frenemies. Whoops. I gotta make a little space because I connected it. There you go. So this ear should be floating between these 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to start with the body. So you're going to start with an arch right above the head. So you're gonna have an arch. So that'll be the top of the body. Like a rainbow. Rainbow. I'm gonna bring mine down. I'm gonna bring mine down so that it crosses in the middle of the cheek area, so that I can make my tail nice and long. Another fun fact about Henri Matisse is that he sold, most of his paintings sold for over $20 million. So another artist like Vincent van Gogh selling in the double digits of millions of dollars. Okay, and now we're going to do the tail. So from that point, you're going to curve up, make it nice and curvy. Yeah, I couldn't find exact price or exact numbers. They just sold for in the 20 millions. Okay, so once you have this curve, you're going to round it at the top. And you're going to follow the same direction, still curving. So that is your tail. And stop right across from this point. We'll jump back over to the other side and do our leg, our first leg. So continuing from this point, you're going to keep going down and kind of curve inwards. So curve inwards. It's not straight down. It's kind of curved a little bit. And then bring it down. Kind of still staying kind of curvy, and then it goes straight down. So a dip inwards and then a dip outwards, straight down, and leave a little bit of space down here once you're done with your foot, because we're going to draw a table next to it. Now we'll start drawing its toes, which the cat only has 2, so lucky for you, you don't have to do more than that. So you're gonna make a dip, a round, kind of like that. So it's kind of like an oval in a way. Just make sure to have a dip right here and then curve and kind of making like an oval. So that's the first toe. And then starting from that same point right here, you're going to make another kind of curve. And that will be the second toe. And you're going to follow that same line, so take it straight up. And so his arm that's in the fish bowl is attached to this leg. So you're going to curve inwards like that, kind of make like a backwards D kind of shape. Then you're going to still stay curved And then you're going to make the arm. And then another curve like that. So there's the arm. That's in the fish bowl. Kind of looks like a banana in a way, banana shape. And then once you get up here, you're going to curve it. And then make another curve like that. So pretty much continuing that curve. So it makes like an S. So you make an S. And then you're going to make a V, which when you're done with it, it'll kind of look like a Y. So you're going to start from in this general area and make another curved line going up, kind of like that. So you see the V, and now you're going to see the Y. So it's a V and a Y, if that helps. This is where the top of the back rim of the fishbowl is going to be. He's one hungry cat. Okay. Which brings me to another fact: he adored cats. Okay. So before we move on, we're gonna draw one more curve. So right around here, this is gonna be the belly. So you're gonna make another kind of slanted curve right there. So that's the belly. And then we'll go back and finish the other leg, which is pretty much a straight shot downwards. So you can kind of see what it makes. So it curves and goes straight down like that. Kind of like an upside down J. But you're still leaving a space right in the middle right here. Because that's the tail. We will be doing the fishbowl next. So the fishbowl, it'll be starting around here, this point where it makes the V. That will be the back of the fishbowl. So you're gonna start from there. Go straight across, kind of stay kind of curvy. Here I'll be making like a oval shape. So you're curving, and then you're gonna bring this oval shape across the arm. And then bring it around town, so that it matches up to this one. But don't draw a line going over that arm. And then you can kind of fix it up afterwards. The only part of the fishbowl that goes over his arm is this line right here. There's no line right here. Sorry if you saw that. And you kind of fix your shape, make it more oval. We're going to be going over this part with marker eventually. So once you made your oval, oops, bring that down all to touch the top of the fishbowl. And right over here is going to be the part of the fishbowl. So go straight down, straight line, going all the way down. And then same thing on the other side, straight down. So here is your fishbowl. Next we'll do this oval shape right here. It kind of looks like an eye in a way, the shape of an eye, which is the water. So like starting behind the arm, make a curve towards the fishbowl, the side of the fishbowl. So an arch. And then behind it, another arch going to the other side. So this part is behind the arm. I may need to make my arm longer. We'll see. Because the top of the water is supposed to be... Yeah. Let me make this, my hand a little bit longer. See, artists make mistakes too. Okay. Now you're going to do, from this point, you're going to cross over the hand and connect that point. So it kind of makes like a football shape too. So football shape, eye shape, whatever you see. Use your imagination. Okay. So you should have a line going across your paw. There's the top of your water. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay. We'll draw the table. And then we'll draw our fishies. Our red fishies. So the first part of the table is right here, and it's connected to that point of the top of the water. So just make a curve going off the page. So that's the first part of the stool, or whatever the fishbowl and the cat are standing on. Go straight across to that point, make a curve towards the foot, and bring it, don't go across the foot because you'll cut it off. So you're going to go behind it and round it out to off your paper. So an arch like that. And if you want to, I'm going to fix that up a little bit. Good thing we're using our pencils. Okay. So there is the table that the cat and the fishbowl are on. Next we'll do our fish. And they're kind of like, they're the basic teardrop shape fish. They're really easy, really easy shape fish. So the first one will definitely be a teardrop shape, but it'll be sideways. And it'll be connected to this part of the fishbowl. So you're going to curve inwards, round it, and then when you get closer to the side of the fishbowl, you'll curve it inwards. So make a curve, and then round, kind of like a oval, and then match that to this. So these sides should be matched. Curve inwards, curve inwards. So that's the first fish. Next two is pretty much the same how you're doing how you did the first one, but you're giving a shark fin to one of them. So if you want to start drawing that teardrop shape, you can, but make it sideways or slanted going upwards, and then you could just erase the top and add your shark fin. And then you'll draw a fish right underneath of it. So this one is on top of that one. So another kind of arch or round shape. And that's all the fish that are going in there. And we will begin watercoloring now, before we start adding our black outline. And once we're done painting our cat, I'll give you some more effects so that we can let it dry before going over with the black marker. So, like I said, if you have this kit that we gave you at the hospital, or if you have one at home, you can definitely use this for the whole thing. That would be awesome, and it would help you out a lot more. Okay. So we're going to start with the face area, and it's all going to be yellow. Just straight yellow. So wet your brush, get some yellow. Hopefully you guys have the right kind of paper. I used printer paper on that pumpkin one last time, and oh man, I had a struggle. Okay, so I'm going to start painting the inside of the head. Just yellow. Just yellow. Get inside that ear. And then I'll move on to the rest of the body, which is yellow. So you can just start painting the body. Of course, the tail is yellow. The arm is yellow. So, just gonna paint the whole cat yellow. This part is yellow. Don't paint this part yet. That's going to be a different color. Oops, I think I got green in it. Okay. And then this leg is yellow. So, should get a yellow cat to begin with. And then we'll start adding the rest of the colors. Once I give you guys a couple of minutes to catch up to having a yellow cat. So once you guys have a yellow cat, you're going to grab a little bit of orange. I'll use my little brush. Grab some orange. I'm going to use this small brush just for more control. And you're going to paint inside this ear orange. So paint that whole ear orange. We'll do all the orange parts now. So that ear's orange. You're gonna put a little bit of orange in the tail. So like on the inside, kind of giving like an orange outline. Kind of make it messy. put orange in the tail. Okay, grab some more orange. You're gonna put orange along this side of the cat, or the body. So just make an orange arch. Gonna put some orange underneath the face. It's under here. Underneath his cheeks and his nose. Or her. I'm kind of gonna put some more orange out here, kind of make like this big shape. So that's like the shadow, pretty much, where you're putting the orange. Put some orange in his belly area. So in this corner right here. I'm bringing it all the way to the top of the rim of the fishbowl. Orange belly. And then you're gonna put some on the paw that is in the fishbowl. Just like that. Just big blobs of orange. And that's it for the orange. And you can clean your brush. Next we'll be using green. So orange around under the face and the ear, around the top of the body, some orange in the tail, and orange on the paw and belly. If I didn't say that already, I can't remember. And then you'll be ready to use your green. So let me get my brush wet, grab some green. And we're gonna put green in this ear right over here. Have some yellow showing. Don't cover the whole ear with green. I'm gonna put some green up here, top of the head. It's kind of very messy. Put some green around the bottom of the face, around the nose, and around this cheek. Kind of softly go in there. Maybe grab some yellow. Kind of make like a lime green. I'm going to do lime green for the other areas too, I think. So I'm going to grab more yellow. So grab more yellow. Go inside the green ear with some yellow. Around the top of the head with more yellow. Make it lime green. And while I got lime green on my brush, I'm going to do this side of the leg, which is just on the right side like that. Actually, I want it to be a little bit darker. So you're just going to put some green in this toe, this toe a little bit. So you're only going to have green on this side of the leg, the right side, or whatever side it's on, I don't know. Maybe the right, or the left. If you want to make your cat more yellower, less water and more paint will make a dark yellow. Next, we'll do our water. Our water is green and yellow, a green and yellow mixture. So you're going to paint that whole football shape green. Whole football shape green. That side. Maybe bring a little bit of the water across, like around here. But leave some of the arm knot with green. And then the rest of the water is going to be green as well. So you can start just painting in that whole area over the paw that's in the water. Don't cover your fish with green. We want those to be red, red, red. So don't go over your fish. Go around them. I'm going to bring some more dark green in here. I don't know why in the calendar picture I did this part green. Water doesn't even go that high. Should be red, like the back wallpaper. And then you'll clean your brush and you'll paint your fish red. Just red. Red, red, red. Isn't there like a Dr. Seuss book with fish? Can't remember. It's kind of what these look like. Now I'm thinking about it. Can't remember the name of the book. I know in the Lorax there's fish that walk on land. After you paint your fish, that won't take you that much time to paint. We'll move on and do our tabletop blue. Is that blue? Can't tell. Yeah, that's blue. Paint our tabletop blue. There's a little bit of green on this brush. Okay. That's more I like it. Blue. Less water to make it darker. I know I'm using a big brush for this part, but you can really use your smaller brush if you want to. I'll try it at home using the big brush. I'm going to switch back to my small brush after you paint your table blue. If you want to use your pencil to do the pattern, the flower pattern, you can. I'm not going to. Just going to use blue paint. So use that small brush again. Grab some blue. And the pattern is pretty much flowers and leaves. So I have flowers that have 5 petals. So up here, if you want to draw with your pencil or use your paintbrush and paint the flower, I usually start with the outline of making the curvy flower shape like that, and then I paint it in afterwards. So you want these flowers and leaves to be blue. You can make your flower a lot smaller. I don't know why mine's so big. I'm gonna make a upside down triangle. Paint that in blue. Kind of looks like a blue Dorito. Cool Ranch. Why did I grab black? Blue. You're gonna make like a leaf kind of shape right above it, like a small leaf. If you want to do like a football shaped leaf, you can, or you can be fancy and do this kind of curvy leaf with a point. I'm gonna draw a flower kind of behind the body. Color that in blue. I'm going to make a leaf coming over here. Kind of looks like a football shape. Color that in blue. Do another Dorito shape facing that way, coming off the paper. Another kind of football shape leaf. Don't put it connected to the table because then it'll just make the table look weird. So put it up a little bit above the table. And then I'll do like another football shaped leaf on this side. Oops. Bet you guys are antsy for some more facts. And then just to show transparency a lot more, I'm going to draw a flower, or yeah, half of a flower, kind of inside the top of the fishbowl a little bit. Another, that kind of looks like popcorn. Make another kind of arch and then paint it in blue. So this flower is going directly on top of the fishbowl. I don't like that empty space up there. I'm gonna put like another kind of leaf up there. Okay. So that's it for the pattern. And then we'll paint our background red. So paint red above or around everything. Brush, clean your brush, grab some red. Put a piece of paper underneath. And I'm going to start painting red for the wallpaper. I don't know why, I'm using too much water. Or it's the paper, either one. Kind of looks pink right now. So I'm just painting my wallpaper red. Red, red, red. Use less water to make it darker. Oops. It's okay if you take some of that blue with you. Make a nice purple shade. Painting this area red. And around the stool. If you want to use a small paintbrush, when you get close to the leaves, you can. You don't have to use the big brush to do everything. I just want to make sure mine has enough drying time before we start outlining. The outlining is pretty simple. You're just basically going around everything with black. And then I'm going to use my small paintbrush, still using red. And I made purple. I need to clean my brush better. Red around the fishbowl, or inside the fishbowl, I meant. Bleh. Red inside the fishbowl, because you want it to make it look like it's transparent. Red in here. Just gonna fill in this whole area with red. I mixed a little bit of blue with my red to make a darker shade of red, so you can see it a little bit better. Once you start outlining, you'll start seeing everything. Paint inside this area red. paint red as well. Okay. Alright, so we'll let this dry. Once you're done with your red, kind of erased a little bit of red up there. Okay, so I will leave this right here just in case you guys are still working on it. And I will begin sharing some facts and some images. Okay, so Henry Matisse, he originally wanted to be a lawyer, so he wasn't always into art growing up, so he wanted to be a lawyer. He suffered from appendicitis that led him to discover his passion for creating art. So while he was dealing with that, he was also creating art, and he loved it so much that he kept going with it. Which brings me to him in his later years being in a wheelchair, creating well-known cutout pieces of art, and I'll show you an example. So this is an example of a cutout piece. I'm actually going to be teaching this, can't remember when in September. I think it's 27th. I think it's a Thursday. But I'll be showing you guys how to create this piece in September. So something to look forward to. So he did cutouts of those. So those became really, really popular, and he was in a wheelchair when he was making those works. And he came up with the term painting with scissors. So he painted with scissors. Okay, so now I'm going to show you other examples of his works that are really cool. So this is just a really simple one, just a bunch of square-like shapes, kind of collaging with them. He did some really cool shapes, like really organic shapes. Kind of looks like if you watch SpongeBob, the flowers that are in the sky, or plants. Kind of like sea life plants in a way, maybe anemones. He did portraits. This one is a very popular portrait that he created, a woman in hat. There's the one I showed you. And here's another one with animals. So he didn't work with just cats, he did doves. As you can see in this one, it's a horse. So he did a couple of really cool pieces of art. There's other ones with a little bit of nudity in it, so I didn't get those ones. Viewer discretion advised if you look up some of his work. I think there's only like 2 of them that are like that. But they're actually really famous. They're just as famous as all of his other works. I can describe one of them. It's like a group of women that are kind of holding hands in a circle. That one's really, really popular. It's been in some movies that have had art in it. We are doing the cat with red fish. So you did a lot of patterns, shapes. I thought I had another one that he did. Oh, here it is. This was a landscape one that he did. Kind of looks like the portrait of the woman in the hat. Okay. Well, the cat should be dry, so I'm going to start with the cat, outlining the cat. Okay, so I'm going to go over the areas with the pencil, so I'm going to outline that part, this part, still leaving the spaces, the ear, the face, the nose, so we're just outlining pretty much. Now you could probably see the face a little bit better now that I outlined it. And then we'll do the eyes. So I'm going to do the one, they're kind of slanted. So it's a hill and then a dip, kind of like that. So that's the eye, first eye. I think there's a name for that. I can't remember what it's called. And then exactly like that one on the other side. So those are the eyes. And then I'll start outlining the body. Take your time, don't rush. Just gonna hide with my marker all these pencil marks. So you're just starting to outline body. I just started with the whole cat first. So I don't block any of your guys' views. The tail is outlined in black. Body. This little belly shape right there is outlined in black. If it's still wet, maybe wait a little bit longer or kind of hair dry yourself with your hand, maybe. Or kind of, I usually kind of do like that a little bit. If you don't have puddles of paint. Whatever makes your painting dry a little faster. And then I'll start outlining the rim. Bring that first rim across the arm, as you can see. Then you can start doing the edges. The water, the top and the bottom, that football shape. And the little fishies inside of the water. Now you guys are starting to see it come together. The best part, in my opinion, the outlining. And when you guys get to the pattern, the blue pattern, you don't have to outline every single part of it. So, like for instance, I'm only gonna outline that top part, and that's it for that part. For the triangle shaped ones, you're gonna make like a little squiggly line going like that, so it kind of looks like a tree, and then you outline all around it. The trees are the only ones you outline the whole thing. The rest of them, you just do different parts. So like the flower, maybe I'll just do that top part, and then I'll do that bottom part. But like I said, with the Dorito ones, you'll outline the whole thing, and then you'll make that little stem going like that, making it look like a tree. So definitely leave some spaces when you're outlining everything. Kind of like how you did the cat head. That flower over here. And that leaf over there. That leaf. And most importantly, the table. Almost forgot the table. And that's pretty much it. After that, after you paint everything, let it dry, and then outline with black. And you have done it. You've created the piece. And like I said, definitely take a picture. Put in our comments so that we shall see your work. Promise you we won't critique it or grade it. We'll just admire it. In school, I think the only time I think maybe it started in high school. I don't even remember critiques in high school, but in college there's definitely critiques, and those could be pretty intense. Just letting you guys know if you're interested in art, that the critiques get pretty intense in college. I think there was a little bit in high school, but I don't remember. And it wasn't so intense like college. You get graded for critiques too. So I'm preparing you guys that critiques will be added to your participation grade. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, this piece is called The Cat with Red Fish by Henry Matisse. I hope you learned some valuable information about this artist. And if there's any kids out there watching right now, following along, take this information back with you to school. Let your teachers know. I was talking to one parent, and she said they haven't started elective. Well, they started electives, but you can only choose one to start out with. And I think by the time Christmas break is over, you choose an elective, and that's the one you stick with throughout the rest of the school year. So the option, you can do art, you can do chorus, you can do computer. I think that's what she said. But if you have art class, definitely go up to your teacher and let her know about this information. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.